Are you the submissive one in your relationship, or are you the controlling one in your relationship? Hi, I'm Gail, and this is Happy Time Podcast. Look now, just because a woman of color don't do certain things, that don't mean we're not submissive. We would do things that you wouldn't even think about doing for us. A woman of color would get up and cook. She would clean. She would take care of business. If when you're dating her and you don't see that, why did you keep dating her? So about us being submissive, we are very submissive. We invented being submissive to our men. It wasn't the white woman, it was us. And then they came and stole so much from us. We didn't never have a problem with our man. They came and took us. That's when we started having problems with our man. And then they invented the Willie Lynch syndrome. That's when we started having all kinds of problems with our man. So as far as a black woman being submissive, she'll cook, clean, bring home the bacon fried up in a pan, take care of the kids, make sure you're all right, fix your credit, make sure you got your license, get your insurance. She would do all of that. Make sure you're not spending your 401k. She would do all of that. Get you ready and fix you for a white woman. Because when you meet the next woman, you already fixed. You're already ready. You're a done deal. And the black woman did that for you. Your mother's taking care of you too much. Should have let you be a man when you was a boy. Then maybe once you met a woman, you could be a real man by having your own and taking care of your own things. So what I would say as far as being submissive, do you really know what submissive is? Anybody that wants a submissive woman, who are you as a person? Can you handle a submissive woman? Can you reciprocate? Can you give back to that woman that's being submissive? Or you're going to dedicate all of what it's all about you? No. Happy Time is want to tell you, please, this thing can be done on both sides of the coin. It don't have to be just the woman being submissive, the woman of color, the black woman. Oh, she's not submissive. Oh, she got her ghetto head turned. No. We had to fight a lot of struggles and still fighting. We wasn't taught to just take a toothbrush and clean your truck. That's ridiculous. I saw that. It was sent to me about some young lady and a football player, and she would clean his truck with a toothbrush. And I'm like, you had me up until that point. I ain't never seen that or heard of that. That sounds like total, complete control. And, somebody having a power play on somebody. Cleaning a truck with a toothbrush. Come on now. Don't that sound a little weird? But to each his own. But I do believe in being submissive. I like cooking and cleaning and stuff like that. But a man got to be required. For me, a man have to be required to return something back in return. You can't just be receiving and not giving back anything. And you got to know when that point comes in your relationship. So as far as being submissive, I would tell a woman, make sure you have a clean house. Try your best to be understanding. Listen well to your man. Try your best to make sure whatever his likes are, you know what his likes are. If he don't like a pink house, don't let him come home in a room in the house pink. Do things that you think that he would like doing. Be creative. And please don't use sex as a weapon. Using sex as a weapon is not good. I don't want a man to use sex, against me, so I wouldn't use sex against him. But I would say if he's the type of man that you have a feeling of him having multiple partners or anything like that, remember this. It's not just sexual diseases and STDs and stuff like that and AIDS. It's also COVID out there that he could bring back home to you. So these are some of the things that need to be talked about and discussed if you know the type of man or the type of woman you have that you caught them cheating before, they caught you cheating or whatever the case may be. Cheating out there now is a whole different ball game. People can die. okay, bringing stuff home. People can die. So I would say, don't take the word submissive and use it in a way that is going to hurt your relationship. And this time with COVID, if we in these relationships, if we have to be locked down again, or if we have to be quarantined again for 14 days with our loved ones or what have you, I believe you need to do things that's going to keep the relationship going to the point where it's not going to be a separation at the end of the day, or a divorce at the end of the day. I think on this second go around, because I do believe we're going to have to quarantine or do something, I believe on this second time that you're going to have to get into your mate. Think more about their likes and their dislikes. Think more about what it's going to take to keep your home happy. And Happy Time Podcast just want to help, keep your home happy, keep your home prosperous, keep your home be satisfied with what you have, and keep growing to prosper for what you don't have and some of the goals that you're trying to reach. But try to do it together. Don't think of separation just because you got to be locked down together and you finding out things about one another that you didn't know or you just ignored, and some things that they doing irritating you. Try your best to think opposite of that, because we all in this together. And if we can start in our own homes by being, submissive to one another to make each other's happy, it's a two-headed coin. It's not one-sided, man. It's two-headed. If two people was to give during this next go round of this surge of this COVID, or this variant, this Delta variant, because it's gonna hit, and it's gonna hit hard, because we about to get cold in the cold states. But what's gonna happen is we coming back together in these homes again. We don't want the rate of divorces, the rate of separation that happened at first go round. So if you could head it off, do some prevention in your relationship. Go buy more games, do some dancing, do something, hit her on the butt, do something that you didn't do before that last go round that caused friction, or caused y'all to go to counseling, or caused you division, and you divorced from one woman, now you with another woman, or you divorced from one man, now you with another man. Try not to do the same things that caused the separation before in your new relationship or with this new variant. This thing can hurt us in all kinds of ways, not just in our pockets, but with our relationships with our husbands, relationship with boyfriends, relationship with our children, our parents. All kinds of relationships be affected when people are locked down or can't go anywhere or things like that. Irritation sets in. So I would tell anyone, try your best to make it work in your own house during this second go around of this COVID, okay? Now, one thing I do know, having a whole lot of attitude, because we can't go anywhere, because it's not a good idea to be in a club that's overpacked. It's not a good idea to go to parties that, standing room only. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to go without a mask. I don't know what everybody's thinking, but one thing I do know, we are all in this together. If you want to be submissive to one another, be submissive to your neighbor by wearing a mask. It works both ways. Being submissive goes both ways. Anyway, we're going to talk about this some more, okay? But that's what I got to say about it right now. It's too much tension out here. It's too much tension. We need to calm this thing down, y'all. I like my life. I'm sorry. I know I talk about myself a lot, but because I love me some Gail. You better ask somebody. But the main thing I know is I want to get back to some type of normalcy. But I know for myself that it's not going to happen. The way we used to be 2 years ago, that's gone. We got some New Jack City stuff coming. And I just want to be in the position that I'm able to handle it mentally and physically and financially. So this is all I got to say on the subject. But coming together, stand together, that's the best thing right now during COVID. You don't want to start losing money. When you lose a spouse, you lose money. You don't want to start losing growth. Things you worked hard towards, now you're losing a spouse because y'all staying in together and y'all getting to know all kinds of things about one another that irritate you and you can't take it because you're in the house together. No. Try to see the opposite of that. Try to see the things that you do well together. Don't see the bad things that you're doing, that they do, not putting the toilet paper on upside down. See, that's my little problem. I got a problem with that. So what I do, I just take the toilet paper, put it back around, and I don't say nothing to him. But it can be irritating, but that's my little pet peeve, but everybody got some. And once you see what they are, try to work it out and work with him with whatever situation he has that's irritating to you, especially now that you're locked down together, or you just decided to stay home together and not go to your friend's house, not go out to dinner, not going to the restaurants. I'm sorry, you got to take your mask off to eat in a restaurant. That's over for me until they get this thing together. That's over. It won't be no more meeting at Olive Garden, even though I'm going to miss that. Wow, that was great. Being submissive is okay, man. It's okay to be submissive. Just don't be too controlling or anything like that. So until our next podcast, we're going to talk to you about COVID causing a rift in the relationship and some of the tips on what we could do about it. So until the next podcast, Saturday at 6 o'clock, subscribe, share, and we'll see you then. Peace.